First Lady of Lagos State moves COSO forward with generational impact. The First Lady of Lagos State, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, has consistently leveraged opportunities to express how much she cares for the betterment of women and children in the Nigerian society. COSO has further provided a veritable platform for the First Lady to extend and express this personal humanness and magnanimity on a wider scale and dimension. Towards alleviating poverty amongst women, the Office of the First Lady organized a training program in the agricultural value chains to interested women as an alternative source of income. The vision of the program is to empower students towards increasing the agricultural yield in the state so as to ensure food security and alleviate poverty, while the mission is to meet and exceed the expectation of the students by providing agricultural trainings to enhance their potentials in food production. The training program by COSO was divided into 4 segments. The first segment was Agricultural Training Program. Under this segment, there were 4 categories. Attendees were free to join any of the categories. The groups are as follows: snailry, aquaculture, poultry, layers and broilers, crop farming, vegetable farming, and mushroom. The second segment was value addition and agro-processing. The purpose of this segment is to equip the trainees with what to do within the period that the crops and vegetables that were planted are not ripe enough to be harvested and the fish, snail, layers and broilers are not matured for sale. For this reason, the attendees were trained on agro-processing, which can be converted to money without delay. They were taught how to process and produce things like zobo, tiger nut drink, kuli-kuli, dankwa, and custard flour. This segment is also called Ofiga, meaning off-farming income generation activities. The third segment was focused on training on marketing strategies. Participants were taught how to produce and sell their products and generate income for the daily sustenance of their families. The teaching they were given at this level aligned with the 5 P's of marketing: product, price, promotion, place, and people. This is a framework that helps guide marketing strategies and keep marketers focused on the right things, which is making sales. The main interest of Her Excellency Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu is the 4th segment, which is the training on how to build capital via the membership of cooperative society. Motivated by her magnanimous heart, the First Lady, through her office, established a cooperative society which caters to the need of the attendees who are members. On Wednesday, 9th of August 2023, the agricultural training students' presentation and inauguration of COSO Success Camps held at the Banquet Hall, Office of the First Lady, Alausa, Ikeja. The presentation took off in earnest as they stepped out one after the other to give their presentation. In their presentation, they were required by the coordinator to share their experiences, the class training, the fun and nicknames among the students sites, the facilitators' visits, the challenges, the outcome of the endeavors, and the lessons they learned in the process.
testing of which is going on in Ibijoke.
Zobo,
these are the ingredients for zobo: dates, zobo leaf, pineapple peel, pepper, ginger, lemongrass, and konofuru. And it has cooled down. I'm now going to steam it. I'm now pouring into the steamer. It's a white net. I'm now putting the sticker, that's my logo, Proto Zobo. I branded it so that it will carry more value. I just leave it like that. They will not know the producer. They will not know the ingredients that were used. The ingredients were written on it to add value. It's a branded Zobo, quality one.
Thank you for this.
Thank God, sir.
This is good.
And improvement.
Yeah, let me ask you, have you been doing Zobo before or you plan to?
I learned it.
On the class.
Wow.
On the class.
Wow.
And you produce this. It's so
This
rich.
is my fourth
Wow.
production.
First production.
Wow.
Fourth.
The fourth
The
one.
fourth one.
Wow.
So you give me people in the house to drink.
Yes, then I did meetings.
You supply them.
So what was
Wow.
their comment?
They like
They
it.
like it.
tiger nut drink, kuli kuli, dankwa, and custard flour. In all, 7 women from different local governments did their presentation on that day. Some of the products of the participants were also brought by them and put on display.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Pictures were taken to document the moment. Some beneficiaries of COSO program and facilitators shared their experiences.
Be involved in. During that, I have to do some crop farming too, because snail, they like to live in a farm. So I planted potato, I planted some vegetables, I planted cocoyam, and they were all coming. They came out very well, and the snail farming too give me the experience of livestock farming, and I thank God for the opportunity.
So when the First Lady introduced this program, I jumped into it. I was part of the first batch of agriculture crop farming, and it has benefited me a lot because it was well tailored to our needs. For we were able to, the focus was a lot on homestead farming, and luckily I had this at the back of my house where it was not cemented or with paving stones. So I cleared the place, and just this morning I harvested corn. One of the things that is beneficial in this school is because we have our facilitators as mentors. Because when my cassava was about to be harvested, it was my facilitator, Dr. Sadiku, that advised me that I should process it into Gari in Osun State there, instead of bringing cassava to Lagos to process that. It would be more expensive, and I processed it to Gari. It was the finished product that I brought. So the larger society is benefiting from it, because we are graduating from homestead farming into farming that we can sell to people, farming that other people can benefit from, the products that people can buy from, and they can be sure that what we use are organic manure. We don't use this chemical manure that are not good for the body. So I learned a lot. I have grown, I have developed, and I can call myself a proud farmer.
The chickens are giving me fine eggs, and I have in the future that by the time I start selling them, I'm going to be well equipped. Thanks to our First Lady, Mr. Saka, and our coordinator.
We look at various aspects in which we can use to empower these people. And we chose agriculture being one of the easiest to establish. And in addition to that, what they could learn within a short period of time, and they will be able to make money out of it. That was the reason and the main factor why we chose agriculture as the empowerment scheme. Yeah, basically what we did in there is that we pulled all the students together. They were close to 60. We asked for which aspect of agriculture they are interested in. And we have 4 core values. There were those that chose snairy, those that chose crop farming, those that chose poultry, and the last set chose aquaculture, which is fish farming. We went through 4 weeks of intensive training for these people. Thereafter, we had additional 2 weeks in which we have what we call value addition. When they are doing this crop farming, while waiting for the crop to mature, what else do they do? And that was what led us to the introduction on how they could go about into zobo production, tiger nuts production, the other things like kuli, dankwa, how they can produce it. And after the production, we now pulled all these people together into a cooperative. And the cooperative will be fully funded by the First Lady. She will sow what we call the seed money into the cooperative, in which the graduates, the students, could actually borrow from to establish one thing or the other that they intend doing. And after they've done that, they'll be able to refund the money back. It will be like a revolving loan for the cooperative.
As the program progressed, the energetic and humane First Lady of Lagos State, Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, arrived. The women accorded her a well-deserved honor as they received her with joy, song, and dance.
I pray that you be our best ambassadors. We did have a target. We said we wanted to train 200 of our council women. Almost 400 was. So 200 was the target. We haven't met our target.
During her exclusive interview, the First Lady reiterated the vision behind the establishment of the initiative called COSO.
The initiative started as an idea from seeing that most of our women, they need to have a way to earn income. I noticed that quite a number of women are breadwinners. And then we wanted to do a pilot study with the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials and see whether this format will work. A lot of women out there need to be empowered. And then we also need our women to be encouraged. The Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation is doing a lot out there. Ministry of Wealth Creation is doing a lot out there. Ministry of Agric is doing a lot out there. But we decided to do a pilot study encouraging our women here. Like I said earlier on, I decided to have a target of 200 people. And I had a discussion with some people in Ministry of Agric that I would like to do this, encourage them to have it in a system in which we will have 6 weeks of training our women, and then every 3 months we will reassess them to know whether they're still interested in what they have learned. Some of the things they have learned ranges from crop farming, snail rearing, fish farming. They have been able to go through that training sometime last year, and now every 3 months we call them back to do a presentation. The presentation can be physical or virtual, and then they explain what they have done. In between the 3 months, we send some of the lecturers to go and reassess these people either in their locality or meet them in their homes so that they are sure that they're doing these things. You know, it's not easy trying to get women of this caliber together because they have a lot of things that they're doing, but we have to encourage them. There's no reward without hard work. So they have to work very hard. So they have to wake up very early, get here by 9 o'clock and do their training till maybe 1 p.m. And that is what they had to do. And then we had random samplings where the lecturers would go and encourage them, check them, and if they had complaints and challenges, they will see them through. So they've done like their second presentation now. And another aspect of this thing is that we want to encourage them to have cooperatives in which after they have learnt, they will now form groups and they will be given some seed money to start off their business. We're not giving them the money directly to them. We're giving it to them as a group so they can hold each other responsible. And then, you know, it's like a chain reaction. And you know how normally how the cooperatives work. You know, somebody collects a lump sum amount at a period so they can invest in her business, and that helps them. And then every month they have to pay back into that cooperative. I'm happy today that they're inaugurating it, and you can see that the women are very happy and interested. I pray that they will use it wisely, and they will also act as mentors to so many women out there in their different communities in Lagos State. That will help us to get out of the poverty level that we are in. So I think it's a laudable project, and I think a lot of people should also adapt it. We will encourage partners to join us because it will also boost the morals of our women. It will also boost the business that they want to go into. And that is what we really want to achieve at the end of the day.
Her Excellency also answered the question on what the beneficiaries of COLSO gestures are expected to give back to the government and the society after having received so much empowerment.
I'm not expecting anything from them to come back to me as a person, but I'm expecting them to be mentors to so many mentees out there, encourage more women in their communities to learn from what they have learned, or even they should replicate whatever I have done. What I did, and I've told them, is that we have 6 months of training in this place, and then every 3 months they're supposed to showcase and present what they're doing. So if in your small communities you can replicate what you have learned in your communities and encourage the women around you in your small groups to, if it's crop farming, get your backhoe bag, get the right soil and the right fertilizer, put the tomato or whatever seeds that are supposed to be there, and then also monitor them regularly, encourage them, because everybody say I can't do it, but if you are determined, you will do something. If you make up your mind, and then all we have to do is to keep on encouraging the many women and youths out there that you don't have to depend on just the salary all the time. So that is, they're going to act as ambassadors wherever they are. They're going to act as mentors wherever they are. That's what we really want them to do, to give back to the society, and also encourage more people to join cooperatives so that they get out of the poverty level. That is the real aim of this thing. It's going to have a ripple effect in the communities if my ambassadors become train the trainers. That's what we want them to do, train the trainers. Not only would they be doing their businesses, but they will also train the trainers.
We can also see that they can establish training, calling people in their churches, or maybe having a group and train them, or in the society they can as well ask some people to come and register and they train them.
COLSO, as envisioned, remains a platform through which wives of the officials of the state government promote child health care, empower women to discover their hidden treasures, and protect the environment, among others. Within the years she has been in the saddle of leadership, she has carried on with utmost passion, enthusiasm, zest, tenacity, and dogged determination to promote the ideals of COLSO, which is to seamlessly complement the efforts of the Lagos State government in bringing about referenceable development, growth, and well-rounded improvement to the welfare of Lagosians. Incontrovertibly, there is a widespread enthusiastic belief that in the coming years, COLSO, under the superintendence of Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, will experience astonishing exploits, remarkable milestones, and generational impact. Long live COLSO, long live Lagos State, long live Nigeria.